here we are. First look at Kona, Canadian-made program. Uh, Canadian Media Fund, Paraboil, made this a few years ago and is now ported over to Stadia. So this is our first look at a new game, Kona. So the game starts out in northern Quebec of Canada, October 1970, which ironically is just after I was born. So this takes place just as I was born. Yes, I'm old. A lot of you can't say this. For those of you not around, this is exactly what cars looked like back in the 70s. And you're driving around this road, and there is some great narration explaining what is happening to you. You do control the car a little bit. You can steer. Everybody smoked in the 70s. You can turn off the radio. You can speed up and slow down, listening to the narration, and you can go forward, you can go backwards, you can drive around until you get to the first obstacle, which is the closed fence. And the narrator explains, you're Carl, by the way, and the narrator explains what you and Carl, or you as Carl, is supposed to do. So then you arrive first at the rest stop. You get out of your car and you look around to see what you've got here. I noticed that there was a big tall structure, so I immediately went to the tall structure and climbed all the way up to the top. When you get to the top of the structure, you then find your first set of collectibles. So you hit on the A button and you pick up the items, and figuring that you're going to need those at some point. Then you head down, head over to the garbage pail, and open the garbage pail, and there's an empty glass bottle. Not quite sure why, but I guess I will need an empty glass bottle at some point. All right, so with my collectible in hand, I now head over to the gate, which is bolted shut. You listen to the narrator, keep telling the story, and you decide to use the bolt cutters that you just acquired. How convenient that there was bolt cutters to break the bolt, the chain on the fence, the gate. Okay, so you head back to the car, your truck. You've now got the gate open, so now you can drive down the path. But then I noticed the building, and I went, oh, wait a minute. The point of the game is to explore everything. You've got to check and explore everything. And look, I inspected the rock, and if you listen to the narrator, I put down the $10 bill. I thought this was the best part because when I looked at the game, when I looked at the $10 bill, I actually called my son over. That is actually what a $10 bill looked like in the 70s.
And here are some other bills from the 70s and 80s for your viewing pleasure.
All right, so now that the gate's open, we climb back into our truck and we head down the road. And you drive for a while. You're in control, so you can drive into the curve. You can drive all around. And then eventually you will get to a cutscene that takes you into the second, I guess, problem. First problem is getting to the gate. Second problem is what happens down the road here. I am not going to get to the cutscene. I'm going to stop it here because I don't want to give anything away to anybody who wants to play it. As you can see, it was difficult to drive in the 70s. Not that I drove in the 70s, but I remember the old cars that my family had, the old 1970 Valiant and whatnot. Overall, this was a really cool game. Brought back some memories of the 70s. If you're into the new modern games, you will find this different, but very interesting. If you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JeffJanek, look for the video that was made on Saturday night, August 1st. I actually live streamed. You can tell this was recorded from my live stream and recorded for about 2 hours. You can watch me play, and you can get some hints. I did fail the first couple of times at the after the first cutscene. I had to restart it I think once or twice. I had to. I actually at one point had to look up some instructions because I couldn't quite figure out what I was doing. But you know what? I still had a lot of fun, and it's free for Stadia Pro starting August 1st. And I would encourage everybody to give it a shot. And let me know in the comments your thoughts. You can also follow and subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow any of my socials. Links will be listed in the description below. Thank you and have a great day.